Book of Heaven, Volume 32, May 7th, 1933. The will, symbolized by the blowing of the breath, which either ignites or extinguishes. The divine will, offer of its acts in the act of the creature. My abandonment in the divine volition continues, and my poor mind many times is under the empire of two currents. That is, the great good of the divine will, which elevates the soul over everything and carries her up even into the arms of her dear celestial Father, where everything is joy, feast, and divine smiles, such that, inebriated, the soul forgets everything, the earth, the miseries, because in the divine will one can have not even the memory of evil, otherwise the happiness would no longer be full. And in the other current, the abyss of the human will, which casts the soul into all miseries, and brings her almost into the arms of the devil, that he may tyrannize her as he pleases. But while I was thinking of this, my sovereign Jesus, making himself felt close to me, told me,
"My blessed daughter, as the soul enters into my volition with its empire, it says to her, forget everything, even the home of your mother earth. Here one lives of heaven, nor is there any room for miseries and for unhappinesses. My light destroys everything, and it transforms evils into good. You must know that the will is symbolized by the blowing of the breath, which has the virtue of igniting and of extinguishing. If the will is for igniting, by blowing over a little spark, it can ignite a great fire. If then it is for extinguishing the spark, by blowing over it, it takes life away from it and reduces it to ashes. Such is the human will. If it wants mine, it blows in all its acts, and mine animates this blowing with its power, and its little acts, like little sparks, change into flames. And as it repeats the acts, so is the blowing repeated, in such a way that the whole creature turns into a flame of light of divine will. On the other hand, if she wants to do her will, as she does it, she blows and extinguishes everything, and is left in a deep night, with not even the good of the little sparks. So, one who lives in my will acquires the light by nature, and in all her acts she sees light, and they speak to her of light. On the other hand, one who does her own acquires darkness and night by nature, and darkness is unleashed from all of her acts, which speak to her of miseries, of fears, of worries that render life unbearable.
Then my mind continued to think about the divine will, and I felt it inside and outside of me, all attention, so much so that it wanted to give me everything and do everything together with me. And my sweet Jesus added,
Little daughter of my will, you must know that as the soul decides to live in my will, its love toward her is so great that as she is about to take one step, my fiat offers its own in that act, in such a way that the human will remains as the field, and my act as the life. So as she palpitates, it offers its divine heartbeat. As she breathes, it offers its breath. As she is about to speak, it offers its word in the voice of the creature. As she thinks, it offers its thought. And in the same way, if she operates, if she walks, it offers its motion and its steps. So my divine will is the offerer of its acts in the acts of the creature. Here then, its incessant love, its tireless attentions, because it wants to form the whole of its life, as much as it is possible for a creature. In her it wants to find its sanctity, its heartbeat, its breath, its word, and so forth. And how can it find it if it does not give it and offer it continuously? Therefore, there is such identification between the divine will and the creature who wants to live in it, that they become inseparable from each other. Nor would my will tolerate the slightest separation in one who offers herself to let it form its life. So be attentive, and let your flight in my divine will be continuous.
Fiat.